Alright folks, now that you have a shield and a health power up, as long as you've got the prefabs done, like here's my health power up, here's my shield power up, and they are prefabbed, everything is saved with those. As long as you have that, you can instantiate them when the enemy dies. And obviously you don't want too many of those, so what we want to do is we want to make some kind of function that says, hey, if the enemy dies, there's a small chance that he'll drop one of these. So let me show you how it works now. Alright, there's my spawner. Alright, he dropped a shield. Oop. Oh, they're dropping too many now. He didn't drop one, he didn't drop one, and he dropped. So, actually 4 out of 6 actually dropped them. Let me try that again. There's none. None. 1. So there's 2 out of 6, so that's relatively random. We could add more. So let me show you the script. So basically I just went to the enemy and said, hey, when the die function is triggered, I need you to drop something. So at first, let me go back up to the top here. I created the 2 serialized fields to add those different prefabs, item 1 and item 2. And this way you can have as many items as you want. You just keep making them up. And then I made a private integer that's just random number. And then I made 2 public ones where you kind of set in the inspector what the minimum number is and what the maximum number is. And I set these to 1 and 6 by default, but you can obviously change them. So you don't really need these in the inspector. Maybe that was getting a little too complicated. I don't know. But you definitely need those right now. Alright, then if I scroll down to the die, you can see here I created a random number and set its range between the minimum number and the maximum number. So if you were to reset this for some reason and not use minimum and maximum number, you would have to hard code those numbers in there like 1 and 6 or whatever you want. And then I did a debug statement just to make sure I'm getting a different number every time. And then if the number is 1, we're going to drop item number 1. If the random number is 2, we're going to drop a random number, the second item. Everything else is going to return. So if you want a smaller chance, I can go back into the enemy, the melee enemy, and I can say, hey, the max number is now going to be 10. So that's only a 2 in 10 chance of them dropping stuff. So then if I do this, like now I should get a lot less. Alright, no great. He dropped 1, 2, 3. He did not drop any. It seemed like that was even more, which is kind of weird. Let's try that one more time. Did I save that? Yeah, 1 and 10. And let's see what the numbers are. I'm going to clear that out. Alright. So that's like 4 out of 5 or 6. That's way too many. Alright, the number is 4. The number's 2 and 3. So 2 should have dropped 1, 3 should not. But there were 3 of them that were 2s. One that was a 1. And one that was a 4. So you might want to just tweak those numbers, the minimum and maximum, and see if that helps. And I'm getting this error because sometimes obviously the bullets miss and we don't hit anything, and the on trigger 2D, like they're hitting some other trigger, but that other trigger is not with the tag enemy or whatever, so it's not doing any damage. So let me bring that script up one more time. And it's under enemy, so again that's under enemy health. So I added all of this. And that was it. And then I added all of that. All right, and you can try pumping that number up even higher. So I went to the enemy, and I pumped it up to 100. Actually, that was just the one enemy, duh. You actually have to go in, let me clear this. Go into the project, into the prefabs, and go to the melee enemy, because everyone that spawns is always going to have that number between 1 and 6. So that's what my problem was. So let me make this 1 in 100 on the actual spawn, and then go into console, clear, and play. And now I should only get maybe 1 that'll drop. Alright, I'm going to pause that. And you can see now my numbers are way bigger. I got 23, 84. So it all depends on the frequency that you want that stuff to drop and how many enemies you're going to have on your scene or in the scene at any one time. So just tweak that a few times, get something that feels good to you, and you're all set.